Welcome back to Analytical Archives. This week we are reviewing When the Moon Hatched by Sarah Parker. I haven't read this one or listened to this in about, I feel like, a few months now. I've been waiting on Tavy over here to play catch up. It's very odd that I finished a book before her that we both read.
We had holidays and birthdays and too much going on.
Oh, the same holidays and birthdays that I was a part of?
Yes, but you get to listen to your books. I have to physically read mine.
Finish the book in a timely manner.
I tried.
Mm-hmm.
It was a little bit hard to get into at first.
All of it was hard.
No.
Just this one did not go well for me at all. It was an assassin who was strong that would kill people, which is a female protagonist. It's whatever. And she gets captured. Oh yeah, she gets captured. That's right. I remember she gets captured multiple times. And then the prison guard would come in and do stuff with her. Yeah, I remember that. Strong assassin this one is. Being captured for such a long time.
It happens to the best of them.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I'm not going to say it was an entirely, phenomenal book.
Mm-hmm.
It was hard to get into, and...
Yeah, it was rather hard to get into. I felt kind of misled, because this one, there was talks of dragons. You rarely saw or heard anything about a dragon in this one. And what is this? The dragons decided to ascend to space into eggs.
They solidify when they decide they're going to die or whatever. They throw themselves up to the sky and solidify. So there's they turn into dragon moons. So there's multiple.
And then they come back down as eggs and hatch again. Is that what I got from this?
I think they can.
Yeah, because that was the thing. They would land.
There was that, but then the dragons that are alive were having eggs too. That was the whole point of trying to steal an egg, because the alive dragon would.
Who was stealing eggs?
Anybody who wanted a dragon. That's why Hayden, her, spoiler alert, brother in her past life or whatever, I don't know, he died, and then his dragon became hers. Or
the one that was wanting to have sex with her?
No. I'm talking about Elaine's brother, her past life.
Who's the protagonist's name again?
The past life one or the current one?
The current one.
Rave.
Rave.
I think that's how you say it.
Okay, Rave. And then who's the man with the giant penis that just lays across up to his navel? Yeah, that was in that book.
I don't remember that part, but Khan?
Khan?
Yeah, Kaan.
Khan. Okay, just laying back with his penis.
I think his last name was Vaegor.
Khan.
Vaegor, I think is how it's spelled.
She just hangs out with this man, just going to town in front of him.
Yeah, I finally hit that chapter after you talked about it, because it hadn't been up until, the end.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I don't even know what that crap you're talking about.
Yeah. I don't know. This one, I feel like they try to make her a badass.
Yeah.
Which you can do that. This person was trying way too hard.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember so many examples of it. It was she would, I guess, break the arms and kill these people.
Well, when she turned into the other is when she did the most damage.
The other?
Yes, the other... being that resides inside her will just take over sometimes, and you get a chapter from the other's point of view. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. But then she would always have these snarky comments. It was just really annoying and cringy about how much of a badass she is. If you're a true badass, you don't need to do that. Your actions will show your badassery. So she didn't need to do that. So maybe they will change on the upcoming one, the second one.
The Ballad of Falling Dragons.
Yeah. But I still don't understand. So there's just the dragons is just a side piece of nothing important to the story.
At this point, I mean, there's important bits, but it's not like it revolves around the dragons.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I think she just threw dragons in there because that was the theme that everybody was looking for.
Maybe.
Could be. That's how I feel. The dragons were an afterthought. But you have Rave. She's doing whatever. She gets caught up with Khan, the penis man that she grinds on at first. But I remember that. Yeah. They
Yeah, and then
grind
she escapes out the window
and
or whatever.
escapes. Yeah.
Yeah, before she gets captured by the tribe.
Yep.
That he grew up in, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he grew up in there. So she about gets married off, but she survives by winning the thing. I think it was what it was. Was that she fights these dudes?
Yeah,
tribe.
and then Khan comes in and is like, hey, if you beat me, because he was this dude's senior, then my title's going to get passed to her, so she could still walk out of there without having to be just married off to have these kids or whatever.
Yeah. So you got that. And then who was the bad guy?
Wreck.
Wreck.
And then Khan's dad and brothers.
Okay, but Wreck is the one who's like, don't you remember me?
No.
That was someone else who's like, that confronts her about it, like, you were this.
Oh, saying
Back
she
in
was
the
the
day.
Fire Lark. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
Wreck.
Okay. Don't question me.
I thought you were talking about how Khan's like, don't you remember? Talking about her past
Oh.
life.
No, I thought it was Wreck, because he was the one who's like, you'll remember.
Wreck does say something
Yeah.
to her in the end.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Fire Lark escaped the pit or whatever.
They were like in the same room, like quite a bit, talking about it when she was in prison.
Oh, before she bit off his finger.
It's like we were together, and then something happened.
No, that was Khan telling her that they were
Mm.
in a relationship in the past. Like that they were.
But then they split up.
Yes, because she chose another male, and you find out why in the book. She felt like she had to go with his brother.
Disloyal.
No, she did it to protect hers and Khan's kid that she was pregnant with that Khan didn't know about.
Disloyal.
No.
So what did you think about this book, which we've already stated that it took a while to get into.
Mm-hmm.
My thing is, like, a lot of it ends up drawing together, and I felt like they just the dragons thing was like an afterthought to me.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, let me go put this back in.
I wouldn't even call them all dragons. Like, I think the base idea, there was a couple dragons, but she focused so much on all the other creatures that it overshadowed the dragons.
What was the other creatures?
The saber scythes and the molten mauls and all these other things that are like dragons, but they weren't dragons, from what I understood.
Yeah, so yeah, if you get the book, definitely read the
glossary.
Is that at the beginning or the end of the book?
The beginning.
Okay. If you do the audiobook, they do put a PDF with it that's got everything in it, and it goes into how they do the cycles and stuff, which I personally don't think there was a lot of thought to it.
Yeah.
They just put it all together, which to me, yeah. So I would go with this one, When the Moon Hatch. It's not there. It was a maybe kind of a cool cover. If we got it here somewhere, I thought we did.
It's in my other bookshelf.
Oh, on the other one. It is kind of a cool cover, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You buy the covers, make your bookshelf look pretty. You read it to say that you read it, because it's got some dragons, but it is really cringy. You're driving in the car, and then you hear the girl with the... I think it was Khan and some other girl was like, oh, we're going to do a 3-way. That doesn't happen. And then, yeah, that was a thing in the book. What is she in here for? A 3-way? That's what she better be in here for, is what she said. Being all snarky.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, Rave said that.
There's a lot I don't remember about it. One, because it took me so long to read, but two, just so long, like, took me so long to get into it.
Mm-hmm.
I may have to do a reread before the Ballad of Falling Dragons, and maybe I'll like it better. But, I mean, probably not. I kind of want to see how the story ends, but it might be a Cliff Notes thing for me.
I think you're just wanting the more smut.
No.
I think they're going to have
if it was
midshift dragon people.
gross. If it was, like, easier to understand and get into, I would have liked it a whole lot better. But there did not need to be that many different terms. Absolutely not.
The terms didn't really get me on any of it. It's just...
It threw me off. It threw off the flow of my reading. And
well, that's why you can do the audiobooks and listen to it. And hear how they pronounce it.
I'm not going to argue with our 4-year-old over my audiobook versus her Moana.
Well, she's not going to be listening to that one. I can tell you that right
obviously. I wouldn't put that one on anyway.
Red light, windows down.
No.
What? But this book, no. I don't think this is one that you're going to be missing out on. Take this review. If you want to buy it and read it, read it. It's totally up to you. If you pay for Audible subscription or Spotify, listen to it on there. Sarah Parker still get her money from it. But is it worth a read? No, I don't think it is, personally. You got a couple little smutty scenes in it. And then the about will they finally do it for real, and then they do, and then all that stuff. But I don't think this is anywhere near like Fourth Wing, Silver Court Flame, whatever.
Like Court of Silver Flames.
No, Fourth Wing, and then the second one,
Iron Flame.
Iron Flame. Those were easier, or I don't know about easier, but you can understand it a lot better.
Yeah.
And there was more cohesiveness to the story on it versus When the Moon Hatched.
Absolutely.
I feel like, honestly, my opinion is she wrote it and then she's like, crap, dragons are a thing now. Let me add this in here and just mess everything up and just add all this extra stuff that really didn't need to be in there, which is how a lot of these other stories got made. Like 50 Shades of Grey was originally a Twilight novel, like you all already know, or Twilight fanfic, and there's a new one that's coming out that's was originally a
it was a Harry Potter fanfic.
Yeah, it was Draco and Hermione fanfic.
It's like Alchemist or something like that.
Yeah, it's became that, and now that's the biggest thing, and this probably was that. I don't know, but I just give this a 1 out of 5. I don't even remember the rating that we're doing now.
Bookmarks.
Oh, bookmarks. A 1. Actually, no. Sorry. 0. 0 bookmarks out of 5 for this.
1 to 1.5 at most for me.
Mm-hmm. You're still buying that second one, though, aren't you?
I'm debating on it because I want to know how the story ends. Like, I've committed myself. I did not let myself read anything else until I finished When the Moon Hatched.
You could do that with Dexter.
I refuse to finish Dexter. Don't even talk to me about Dexter.
Or Orange is the New Black.
Nope, won't do it.
Gotta know how the story ends. We're using your logic.
I don't gotta know how those stories ends. I don't care.
So you heard it here. When the Moon Hatched. 0 to 1, an average of 0.5 bookmarks. Tune in next week. Oh, yeah. Also, be sure to like, subscribe, share, however you get your podcast or YouTube videos that we're doing on here. Yeah, we're just doing YouTube right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so check on the next one. I'm sure the next one we're probably going to do the Rebecca Yarros trilogy of Fourth Wing is the first one.
Iron Flame and Onyx Storm.
Yep. So we'll probably end up doing all 3 of those.
Yep.
Look forward to that.
You gotta end it. I don't know how.